Oh, hey everyone, it's Rexer here. I just want to say there's only one show better than the Rexer show, and that's Glen's Retro Show. And you know how I describe his show in one word?
Excellent.
Okay, today we're going to take a look at the new version 3 GRS Trackball. It's similar in size, as you can see. It's actually pretty much identical in size to the version 1 and 2 Trackball. Did that on purpose. Now, we are going to be making this for other systems like the ATGames Legends Ultimate and maybe even the Trackball and the Golden Tee. But most likely the ball itself will still be the same size, just the case will be designed to fit in the ATGames Legends Ultimate or the Golden Tee. Again, options are still out. We may make other changes, but we're concentrating right now on just this size of a trackball. But this right here is a beta prototype. The case is 3D printed, so it's not injected molded yet. But one thing you'll notice right off the bat is that the ball is like a silver color versus how the other one was, where it was transparent to allow the ball to illuminate. Well, we're using some new technology in here, and we're not using anything like the pedals going through an IR sensor or anything along those lines. It's more of an optical technology, which gives us a lot better resolution, better tracking, much smoother ball. Ball actually has a really good weight on it. But again, it should be a direct plug and play for an ATGames machine. We'll have the connector for that, and then also USB. Without the use of a 12-in-1 board. It'll be USB compatible and Arcade1Up compatible right out of the box. Now on the bottom under here, there's actually two separate connectors on here. This one over here will be your USB and power. Now this one over here is going to give you some additional options. Now on the old trackball, we had some dip switches here for the lights. You had to go underneath and try and hit the switches, set it to a color, and kind of forget about it. With this here, you can have your Arcade1Up connector, but also you can set up other switches. One switch you can use to basically change the resolution. One of the piece of feedback we had gotten in like Centipede in the Arcade1Up, and you move the ball this much, people felt it was, you were moving too far. So now we're going to give you an option where you can press a button and you can change the resolution of the ball. So basically, how much you turn it will be how far it goes across the screen, and we'll go into that. And instead of the ball lighting up, because of the way this new technology works, we couldn't do that. So we're going to have a ring around here, and you can change lighting effects on that. We'll get into that as well. So first things first, let me get one of the wire harnesses over here. Now this is, again, just a prototype kind of thing. So this is the connector here, and this is what's going to go in your trackball. And this one right here would be your Arcade1Up connector. So this goes to the trackball. You can see it's a different style connector. They're a little different. And then I also attached to some of the wires here. Again, this is just for me for this showing. But the white wire here would be your lighting effects, and the yellow wire would be for your resolution, and the black is your ground. Now, if you turn this thing on, holding down the lighting button, that'll change between the Arcade1Up mode and the USB mode. But when it's on, pressing the button here, which is going to be this button I set up here, I'm going to hold this one down, which is going to the white wire. When I turn it on, that'll switch it between Arcade1Up mode and USB mode. And this button here, when you press it, will end up changing the resolution of the ball. Basically, how much you turn the ball versus how much the point is going to move. So we're going to take this right here. Again, this is just to kind of showcase it. So I'll go on the bottom here. See my connector here. It only goes in one way. So put that in like so. Bang. So again, if you had an Arcade1Up, this would go with your Arcade1Up header on your machine. And I also have to supply power, of course. So I'm going to put the power in over here, like so. Again, it only goes in one way. Got to make sure I'm putting it in the right way. There we go. You can see right now, the ball is, I'll put it this way so you can see it on this camera a little bit better. It's set now for like a multicolor rainbow effect. Now, if I press my button here, it's now set to a cycling of colors. And what I'm going to do is maybe if I turn off the light here, maybe I can get even better for you guys. Let's see. Get this light off. a little bit better. So I'm gonna hit the button again. So it's cycling the colors right now. Press it again, and I locked it into red. I'll press it again. Now I'm a yellow. Now I'm a green. Again, I know my camera doesn't show that up very, very well. Maybe if I get a little bit closer, I'll get an angle. I'm just trying to see. I don't have the best camera here for these lighting effects. Press it again. It's a blue. Now I'm a nice dark green. Now it's white. And now it's a little less shade of a white. Now we have like spinning effects. You can see how the it's got like a ring that's chasing in different colors. Green, darker green, blue, almost like I guess that'd be considered a white. And then you could turn it off completely if you want. Of course, cycle all the colors. So right now it is connected to the USB port. So I'm gonna get the mouse over here on the screen where you guys are gonna be able to see it. And you can see I made the mouse pointer a little bit larger so you can kind of see it. So right now I'm not even sure what resolution I'm set to, so we're gonna try it. So the black button now would be using my resolution change. If I just take the ball and my finger on one side of it here and just go to the other side, you can see how much the spinner, I move it maybe under my beard. So you can kind of see it goes pretty much the length of my chin on this resolution right here. Now I can press the button, and let's see how far it goes now. You can see it's much, much farther. It's basically from one side of the screen to the chin. This we're going that far. So I'm gonna hit it again, and let's see what the resolution is now. Almost, I would say, probably a good half part of the screen with this resolution. Let's hit the button again. And now it's literally, I can go from one side of the screen, let's see where it stops, to the other side of the screen here. I would say just about 80% of the ball turn will now do your entire screen. So the resolution is really up. So let's hit this again. And now, get to one side of the screen here. I'm gonna go very slow, and pretty much, I would say half the ball, maybe 40%, would go right across your screen. So you can really set the resolution pretty high. So I'm gonna hit the button again. And now let's see where we're at. Now we're at the micro again. So I'm gonna put it back to my chin, get it over there. So you can see it's not even, I would say maybe, I don't know, 25%, 30% of my chin going all the way across. This is right now the lowest resolution, or the finest, depending which way you want to go at it. But turning the ball from one end to the other, this is its smallest resolution. Now it's starting to go back up again. So we have different modes here. So now there's no dip switches to change. It can be done on the fly. You can put a button like this somewhere in your console. So when you switch games like Centipede or Arcade or any game, driving games, sometimes you want to use a trackball for that, Marble Madness, you can now do it on the fly. You get a quick blink on your light to let you know that, yep, it accepted a change. And you can see you can modify your resolution. You can see it's extremely smooth. There's no gears, infrared, pedals to have to worry about, nothing to have to 3D print after the fact. The resolution here and smoothness is a lot better than the previous ball. Now, we're still going to produce the version 2 trackball because this one's going to be more expensive. Obviously, not everyone maybe needs all these different features. They just want a basic trackball for their machine, and maybe they want the center ball to illuminate. Unfortunately, we did try doing it. We tried finding different LEDs, different optical sensors to make it work, but it just wasn't reliable. The only way to make sure it was reliable was to use a solid ball. And if you're more about, you know, the actual physical part of the ball, this is just, you're not going to find anything better than this. And maybe you don't want your device to illuminate at all. Maybe some people just don't want it. I'm going to keep going over here. Some people don't even like illuminated balls, believe it or not. All the way through on my different cycles. So it's off. But some people just want this. They just want a ball that works. Me, I personally do like some type of effect on there, whether it be all the different colors or, you know, a solid color or blinking through different colors. It's all about the experience. And now I owe John some more money. Or it's about just having options. And I do like giving people different options for their builds. I don't think you should ever limit something on someone's preconception of how something should be. I think you should make it where give people options to do what they want. Now, the one thing you'll notice, you may not see it on the video right here, I'll get a shot later, there's an arrow to let you know what is facing forward. This has to face towards your machine to make sure your trackball is working properly. But again, this thing is extremely smooth. It's a lot quieter. When you have the other trackballs, because of the way they're designed, they make a little more noise, they can bunch up. You know, sometimes you spin it and it kind of sticks in a spot. That's just how trackballs normally are. That should not happen with this version here. It should be very smooth the entire way. And again, you can change that resolution, so no one should have an issue now with saying it's too sensitive, not sensitive enough. I want to be able to switch it. Well, I got to go underneath to change the colors. With this here, you can just wire it and put these little buttons wherever you want, behind the machine, behind your control panel, whatever you want to do, but it'll be there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my Wagner's Tech Talk 3D printed build, just so I can show you some gameplay with this, and then we'll throw it in a Arcade1Up, and we'll show you how you can change it with like a game like Centipede, which is probably the I don't say biggest complaint, but the thing people brought up the most, that they thought that my other trackball was just too sensitive for that game. So now you're going to have some options. So for right now, let me switch this over to my Wagner's Tech Talk build, and then we will try this in MAME. Okay, so right now this is the Wagner's Tech Talk 3D printed OpenCave project, and right now I'm going to basically swap out this trackball. See, right now my ball is set. This looks blue on the thick on the camera. It's actually green at the moment, and have my spinner over here. So the one thing is, you can hear it's a little bit louder, but that's just a mechanical way that trackballs go. There's no easy way for me to change the color right now. Again, for me, it was never a problem. I always set it to one color, and I was always fine with it. Let's swap this one out now for the version 3 trackball and see how it plays here in OpenCave by Wagner's Tech Talk. Okay, so here we have the version 3 trackball now installed in the Wagner's Tech Talk OpenCave project, which is a 3D printed case. And you can see this is blue, obviously. And right now it's set to the multicolor, and I'm going to press my little red button here, and you can see the different colors you can get on here. Now it's going to cycle through all the colors, or you can go right to a red, yellow, green. It's more of like a really light green, like a lime green, and then a blue, then a dark green, white, a brighter white. Then you start cycling through what I call the comet tail. We have a red comet tail, yellow, green, dark green, light blue, white, off completely, and back to the multicolor, which is the one is actually my favorite currently. All right, let's go into the actual game. And right now the trackball is set to its, I'm going to call the least sensitive, meaning that a small rotation of once will give a very small versus a very large DPI switch. So let's go into the game. Okay, so this is probably the biggest feedback I got in the version 2 trackball, was that it was just too sensitive in Centipede. What I was being told is when you take your finger and go once like this, it should only be like 3 mushrooms over. Where on my version 2, when you went like this, it probably went maybe 8 mushrooms or 9 mushrooms over. So, me personally, I do enjoy Centipede, but I didn't know that kind of fact about the resolution of the trackball. But I got a lot of feedback on it, so let's see how this works. So right now, this is set to my lowest setting. Let's put a couple quarters in. Start the game up here. Hopefully I can start the game. There we go. So right now you can see I'm going left and right, and it's actually probably a little too much on the low end side. So I'm going to hit my black button, and the dot pitch went up a little bit more. I'll hit it again. I would say that's probably where people want it right now. So if I'm right here, going across, it looks like 3 mushrooms to me. So now I got to avoid all these guys. Ah! So again, we're at 3 mushrooms right here. Hit my black button again. And it's gotten even further. Hit my black button again. I'm even further. Now again, you can still make more settings in the main menu. This is just doing it directly through my trackball settings. And now I'm back to the lowest setting again. So you should be able to set now between my settings here on the fly, or if you want to go and change it in the main menu, you still actually still have that option. But I think as far as Centipede goes, people will be much more happy with this setting on here now than it was previously. So let's go. Looks like I'm probably about 8 or 10 mushrooms. And I'm probably still about the same. Hit it again. Now I'm on my lowest setting. So I'm under a mushroom right now. Go under a mushroom here. I'm just about 1 mushroom on the lowest setting. And I'm going to go up more. And go up more. Again, this is probably where people are going to want to have this Centipede be, I would think. Let's actually try and get a game going here, see how well I do with this. Now, I'm right-handed, not left-handed. Again, you'll never get a perfect setting with just my settings on the button there to change the settings. That's what the main menu is for. You're going to want to go in there and fine-tune it that way as well. But I think people are pretty happy now having the option to, change the resolution on the fly versus before you didn't have that ability. Oh, I'm in trouble. Ah, I'm gonna get it. Well, I got him, I guess. All right, so we see how that works here with, just running in MAME with Centipede. The next thing to do is actually put this in the Arcade1Up and try this in Arcade1Up mode. Now, again, what you would do is you would hold down when you first turn on your machine, you would hold down this button initially just to set the mode. So right now it's in USB mode. So if you held that button down and power up, it'll go into the Arcade1Up mode. And once you do that, it'll stay in that mode until you hit the power button again to change it. But let me get this out of here and get this put inside an actual Arcade1Up and try it with their version of Centipede. Okay, here is the new version 3 Glen's Retro Show trackball installed in a 12-in-1 from Arcade1Up. Now, when you first put this trackball in, it may not work. And what I mean by that is it may be set in USB mode. All you need to do is when you turn on your Arcade1Up, you would hold down the button you would use to normally change your light. So if you hold it down for actually hold it down, turn on the machine, count to 2 seconds, you can let go. That'll put it into the Arcade1Up mode. And you can see right now, it is working. Right now, I believe it's set at the lowest setting. But as you can see here, I have a red button. You can put these anywhere. You can put it on your control panel. You can put it under your control panel. You can put it on top, wherever you want to put the buttons. But this button here, as you can see, will change your light like we showed before in the video. And I like putting it back on my multicolor. So I'm going to keep going until I get back to my multicolor. Just because that's what I like. There we go. So back to the multicolor. And now the black button, like I said, will change your resolution in the game. So if you see right here, I'm going to, from the top at quantum, about, I would say, just that little turn there is doing that much on the screen. If I press it once, I got a blink to let you notify that, it changed modes. But now you can see much less movement is making it go a lot further. I'm going to press it again. Even more. Even more. Even more. And still more. And then we're back to our slow one. So I'm going to go into Centipede in here because, again, A lot of people felt that my Centipede, my original trackball and Centipede was a little too sensitive. So right now I have it set to the lowest possible sensitivity. I'm going to put the buttons over here because, well, I don't have a spot in the machine to connect them to yet. Now you can also change modes while it is in gameplay if you wanted to. So if you do feel like, it's not set right, you can hit the button and cycle through your settings. But, let me go into a game. Boop, boop. And I'm going to put a chord in again. I'm right now set to the lowest setting here on my trackball. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to change my setting, go a little bit higher. I got a blinking indication. If I want to, hit the button again, get a blinking indication. And that's, whew, even for me, that's a little too sensitive. But, again, it's nice to have the option. So I'm going to have to cycle through here a couple of times. Try and get back to my original setting. I'm actually super sensitive right now. Hit it again. I'm back to my lowest setting. Okay, since I got nailed there, I'm going to hold down my button, go back to the main menu, and I'll try a different game real quick. So Missile Command is another game where, again, I thought that the original trackball was set fine, and I think people agreed. It was really just Centipede and I think maybe Crystal Castles and Millipede. But I think Missile Command was okay. But I'm going to go in. Again, I'm at the lowest setting right now. Let's just see how it works in here with the lowest setting. And again, we could adjust it on the fly. So that's actually not too bad right now at the lowest setting. But I generally like it to go a little bit more. Again, I'm not sure. It's really more a personal taste, I guess. I haven't had the game plan and actual Missile Command arcade machine for ages. But I'm going to turn the setting up a little bit. I got my blinking. Let me know it did change its setting. That's kind of where I think I like mine. But you don't have to go under the machine. You don't have to mess with any dip switches. You can do it right on the fly. Oops, I missed. My goodness. I'm getting bad at that. Hit that sucker. All right, we're going to go back out here. And let's try, let's try Millipede, see how that goes. We'll go to Crystal Castles too, but let's try Millipede. I'm going to, again, go through my cycles here, go to my 1, 2, 3, 4. Up too high still. Okay, I think I'm back on my original low setting, so I'll go back in the Millipede here. Boom, boom. And let's start her up. Ah, spiders always get you. But again, you can still go in, change your settings by hitting the button here, boom. Now it's got sensitivity gone up a little bit. And I'll go up again another level of sensitivity. I think that might be, well, even for me, that might be a little too sensitive, but some people may like it. Again, it's about options. I'm gonna go out of here again. Hold down the button. Get back to my original low setting. There we go. And we'll try out, actually we'll go, yeah, let's try Quantum next. Go into Quantum. Now this is a game where you do want to have some good resolution on it, so let's see how it starts with the low setting here. Oops. Ooh, ooh. So it might be a little too difficult in the low setting. I'm going to go up one level here. Ooh. My goodness, I'm just not good at games, period. Oh my god. Okay, I want to try this game again. Oh, I still got a... No, I didn't think I had a level left. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to our first level. I'm on the second resolution of this trackball here. I'm gonna go up another level. Boop. Oh, so close. There we go. Ah, they got you. Go up another level. Till you find the one that you find is the one you really want. My goodness! Oh, gotcha. I'll go up another level. Get my indication. Ooh, 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 ooh. Gotcha. But the good thing is that this is a an optical trackball. You know, there's nothing here to get caught up. You can see it's very smooth. It's quieter. It tracks exactly where you go, which is great. Except I didn't want to go into him. So let's see how we go. You can see the resolution right there. I think that's maybe the highest setting. I'm not sure. Now, see, I've gone too high a resolution, where now it gets it's a little wonky. Very small movement will get it to go. Because there does come a point where you're putting in too many, I guess, pulses to the machine that it can handle, and it kind of skips out. So you can't go too high. In this case, I have. So I'm going to skip out of Quantum and go back, and we'll try some Crystal Castles. Or second play button on this one, I think. There we go. Yes, I'm very sensitive here, so I'm going to go back a level. Okay, and let's go into Crystal Castles. Let's give that one a try. So right now I am, I believe, on my lowest setting here. And next level, we'll skip it up one. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, you guys get those fine. I'm getting those. But they got the last one. Oh, there's more here. Didn't even see them. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to kick up a level. Let's see how it works now with me pumping up my dot per inch here. Oh, a little too fast. Walk right into them. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh! Ah! Oh my god. Playing games not always a thing I do very well. Let's try that again. Get back in there. My initials! Boom. Did the game start? Here we got 4 credits. Let me in. So I'm going to kick up another level here. Boop. Got my indicator. And again, it might be, I think that might be too sensitive, but some people may like it. But again, these sensitivity settings are also being used for like MAME or other uses outside of Arcade1Up. We're going to try supporting things like the ATGames Legends Ultimate with this as well. Oh, I'm trapped. Oh, got out. Let's see if I can get it back down to a lower setting real quick. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, 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 doo. Might be still too sensitive. Kick it down a notch. Give me that honey! Honey! Boop, boop, boop. Yikes! Too high a setting, I'll lower that down, hopefully. That's where we want to be. Oh! Ah! Alright, let's go out of here. I think I saw the games we were able to show here on the 12-in-1. Let me just double check. It's been a while since I've been on this machine here. We do have Liberator. Let's go into Liberator. Kick it up a little notch here. There we go. I think I like that better. Oh man, they annihilated me. Game over. Okay, so this is just one of my pre-production samples. We still just want to make sure everything is right before we release it. But we still will be selling the version 2 spinner, the USB spinner, the buttonhole type. The version 2 trackball as well as the version 3 trackball will still be sold together. This one's using a different technology. This one's using an optical technology versus like a windowed leaf IR system in there, or gears of any kind. And as well as you can now change your colors, as you can see, by using buttons on here, as well as changing the dot per inch resolution of the trackball itself. So we are still working on this one, but it shouldn't be too much longer before we get it released. And I do hope to have this not only available for like in the Arcade1Ups here and your personal projects, but to make this available to the ATGames Legends Ultimate as well as maybe possibly the Arcade1Up like Golden Tee style. Again, it's going to be a smaller ball potentially. We're looking at options, but for right now, this is what we're kind of concentrating on, the Arcade1Ups, your personal builds, and then we're going to try and branch out into the other ones. So I do want to thank you all for watching this little episode on the new GRS Trackball version 3. And just keep an eye on my store at www.glensretroshow.com. And we'll try and keep you up to date on when these things will be available. So thank you for watching. Remember, no matter what you do or how you do it, remember to game on.
Glen at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.